Hi Spikes readers, we're back, Bayo and Jody.
Hello.
It's Bayo and Jody actually, I should know my own name. We're off to the European Athletics Championships in Gothenburg. Indoor Athletics Championships in Gothenburg this evening, aren't we?
I think we should have gone last night, to be
We
honest.
should have gone last night, definitely. I think there was kind of press conferences and meeting the athletes, and I think there may have been a reception with alcohol that we are missing.
That is a first ever.
But we'll make up for it over the
Absolutely,
weekend.
promise. European Indoor Athletics Championships, it's not like the Olympics, it's not the World Championships, so there's not like the massive stars.
Yeah, but it's a great sort of development event. It's great for sort of young up and coming people, which makes it even more of a shame that Britain hasn't sent a full team, but I'm sure we've had enough talk about that over the last week or so. But that doesn't mean the competition itself won't be great, and there's still plenty of top people there.
And in some ways it makes it more interesting, because a lot of events, there's not a massive favourite, there's a lot of athletes who are kind of going to break through, young athletes just coming through, so it's really interesting to watch what people do this weekend, see how they rise to an occasion, and obviously then to watch them again in the summer, because I think it gives people a lot of kind of confidence. Swedish crowds are brilliant, they always have been.
They're our second favourite athletics supporters nation, aren't they?
Exactly. So I think that's going to raise the roof, that race. Livillini and the pole vault has got a really strong field, all the medalists from the Olympics.
Jonas Holstep are also there, aren't they?
And Steve Lewis was at the Olympics, so that's a really strong event.
Olha Seladuha is in the women's triple jump. I mean, she should pretty much win hands down, I think.
Absolutely.
But again, there's other competition there. Brooklyn Jimiladama is there. Not in the best of form this year, but of course is the reigning world indoor champion, so you should never count her out.
Absolutely not, because she's coming back from shoulder injury. She last competition she improved by I think something like 60 centimetres from the previous one. So you don't know. She's a championship performer. I think also indoors the 400 metres are always something to look out for. It's a totally different race than outdoors. It's almost it's a tactical race. Should you get to the front first, because it's very difficult to overtake indoors, but if you go out too fast, it's really tactical, and it's really interesting to see how people choose to run that. There's some quite big names on the men's side, the European champions there. Also, Britain always are good at the 400 metres, and especially on the women's side this time.
We've got Perry and Ailey from Britain, who Astelova is the big Russian, I think is the threat, but hopefully we can get medals there.
Also, it's Hejnova or one of the
from Sweden.
Yeah.
Not Hejnova. Oh, well, the Czech people.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Are they going?
Well, they're on the entry list.
Okay, we'll find out.
But it's really interesting how the 400 hurdlers are running really fast indoors over 400 metres.
Yeah.
So
the women's high jump has got Ruth Bieta, who's the reigning European champion from outdoors last year. I thought she was retiring after she won that, but she's here. Also, Tia Halloran.
She didn't win, did she?
She did win. Surely she won.
Oh, she came fourth.
We'll look afterwards. She
came fourth at the Olympics.
Okay. And Tia Halloran, who's obviously one of the best in recent years at the event, who's coming back, and she's actually getting better and better each year, isn't she? She loves an indoor competition.
But the one to look out for in the high jump is the new girl from Italy, who's still only a teenager, has jumped 2 metres this year and hasn't lost, and I've forgotten her name. Tot. You know who we mean anyway.
You can go look it up.
I love the way it's the youngsters versus the old timers, and who's going to win, and can people prove themselves at the championships. Over the longer distances, I think it's also interesting. You've got people like Schott in the 800 metres, who would be my favourite.
Lewandowski as well, I think is there.
But he's running the 1500.
Oh, right.
And I think indoors is somewhere where people can move up a distance.
Yes,
and
easier.
Often it's not about a fast race, it's about tactical race.
And you've got those sort of tight bends and that, you haven't got so much time to sort of unwind, have you? So
he'd be, probably Lewandowski would be my favourite in the 1500, even though he's not a 1500 metre runner.
What else is from a British perspective?
Yeah.
We've actually got a really good team, a really strong team. Maybe not as big a team as we could have sent, but the team itself is really strong. We've got Robbie Gavarts, who's a strong medal possibility in the men's high jump. Jenny Meadows is back,
and what's interesting, she's ranked second of the entries. The only Russian who's entered, despite the fact they've got the 10 fastest in Europe this year, is not one of their big names.
No.
Jenny, we know, performs well at the
championships. We also know that Jenny is the reigning champion now and won't be wanting to lose that title.
Absolutely, and to win it properly and actually get to stand,
finish first.
Get to stand on a medal podium this time. Jenny is a great competitor, and she wouldn't be going if she didn't think she was in with a shout. So that would be very exciting.
Yeah. So we were saying that the 400s, we've got great strong teams in both the men's and women's 400s.
Absolutely.
And the relays. Now, of course, we're the reigning world champions in the women's 400 relay, and I think our team is stronger this time than it was there. So can we beat the Russians? I mean, that's kind of...
Well, what's interesting is the Russians, they've only got one entry individual.
Yeah.
They're saving them for the relay. But we've got Christine, who's going to come in for the relay. So
Christine Perry, Ailey, and probably Margaret Adeyeye.
Yeah, so it's going to be great over 400 metres.
Yeah, it's a really, really strong team.
And also Holly Bleasdale.
Holly Bleasdale, we haven't talked about Holly Bleasdale. She's going in as the world's #1 on height at the moment, isn't she? She's beaten...
No, Silver's got higher now.
Oh, has she? Okay. Silver's not there, because Silver's from Cuba. So she's going in with the highest height of people competing, plus she's beaten everyone. She has lost a couple of times along the way as well, though, so she's not definitely the definite favourite, but she's certainly one of the favourites, isn't she?
I think that Asha Phillips, I'm so pleased to see Asha back. She had a horrendous injury when she was taking part in a World Championships in a different sport, in the trampoline or something, and totally did her knee in, and it's taken her a while to get back, but she's right up there now, ranked 2nd in Europe.
She's still only 22 or something, isn't she?
But that's a tough event, because you've got Liam Yen, you've got Sumare, we've got
Lilova, Sailor,
Operator. So that's a tough event, and they're all very close. Yeah. So it'll be great to squeak out.
At her very best, Asha could get a medal, but even if she comes 4th or 5th and runs to her best of her ability, that's great because it means she's back and being competitive.
Michael Rimmer in the 800 metres.
Yes,
it's lovely to see him back, and also Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas is running. So yeah, I think it's all over the place. There's lots of little interesting kind of competitions within competitions as well. So we'll be reporting over the whole weekend.
We will do, yeah. We'll be tweeting, so look out for them. If you want us to ask any questions, we'll be doing interviews with athletes and we can grab them. If you've got any questions you want us to ask, tweet them to us and we'll see what we can do. But now we have to go because I looked it up this morning. It's currently -4 in Gothenburg, so we're off to buy some winter clothing. We'll see you later.